on fourth down on 4. The Saints try to continue their dominance over the Rams in the Mora era. Another LSU rally is too little too late. Alabama's roadshow takes over the Dome, and the NFL unbeaten list now stands at 1.
Live from WWL-TV, this is Fourth Down on 4. Now, here's Mike Hoss.
Hello and welcome to Fourth Down on 4. Just as most predicted, the Saints and the Rams slug it out in a defensive brawl with, as usual, the Saints winning and beating the Rams tonight 13-10, upping their overall record to 4-2, 2-1 in the NFC, keeping the pressure on the front-running San Francisco 49ers. Applying the pressure early on was the offense, including the rookie running back, Vaughn Dunbar, 14 carries, 68 yards, and he was with our own Doug Greengard just moments ago.
Saints making it once again, another one of those nail-biting victories. The best thing of all, Vaughn Dunbar setting the rushing pace early on. You guys came out and established the run. I think that was a key thing.
Oh, it definitely was. We, critiqued film, and we felt like we could be very productive running the ball, and we proved that today that we could.
What did you see in the Rams defense that allowed you guys to run the ball so effectively early on?
Well, they had trouble coming off their blocks, and of course that's going to create seams, and we took advantage of that.
The game tied at 10. Fourth quarter, the ball came loose. Fortunately for you guys, it didn't result in any Rams points.
No, that's going to happen. I kind of got down about that, but the thing I had to concentrate most on is getting myself back to where I needed to be mentally, and if given a chance to get back in there and make something else happen. But like I said, that's going to happen. It didn't result in nothing, didn't result in us losing the game or nothing like that, which I'm very glad.
Just ended up as a good night for you guys. Yeah. Controlled the ball effectively for the second straight game in terms of time of possession, but still not putting enough points on the board. Enough to win, but probably not as many as you guys would like.
Right. We have no problem mixing it up. Pass, rush, and we're very productive offensively. It's just we have trouble when we get into the red zone, getting that chemistry together. So that's something we're going to definitely work on in practice.
Late fourth quarter, you guys have the ball. Third down situation. Were you just chewing on your fingernails when they give us to head, waiting for him to get that first down, or did you know he'd get it?
Come on now, this is Craig Iron here. We're talking about here, feeling need of the yard, and I knew Hale was going to do what it took to get that 1 yard, whatever it took. So I was confident that we would get that first and in the game.
All right, Vaughn Dunbar, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mike, back to you.
All right, we'll have a lot more coming up from the Superdome. Now, of course, the highlights of tonight's 13-10 win. Again, the man we just spoke to, that was Vaughn Dunbar. He had a big part in the first drive. He picked up 9 yards on an early run as the Saints get it going offensively. Here's Vaughn taking it to the left side. The Saints in good shape inside the 20. And then Bobby would go back to his favorite target, and for the first time this season, the Saints score on their opening possession, 7-0 New Orleans. The Saints driving again, looking for a sure 7, but this one, Hebert's pass off the hands of Hobie Brenner, right into the hands of the Rams' Leon White, down the left sideline, finally tackled by Vaughn Dunbar. Defensively, Ricky Jackson, one of his best nights. He had 2 first-half sacks. He had 3 for the game. Right before halftime, Morton Anderson would come in, a chip shot, a 26-yarder. The Saints, for the first time this year, had a 10-3, had a halftime lead, this one over the Rams 10-3. Third quarter, though, the Rams would come back. It would be Jim Everett hitting Henry Ellard for Ellard, his 500th career reception, an 18-yard gain. On third down, Cleveland Gary getting a rare rushing touchdown against the Saints defense. This tied it at 10. The bright spot tonight, Marcus Dowdell, the Saints' 4th punt returner, brings this one back 34 yards late in the game. This would set up the game winner. It would be a 30-yarder by Morton Anderson to put the Saints on top 13-10. The defense would come in. They would stop the Rams. The Saints would get it back, hoping to run out the clock. They do, thanks to this first down by Craig Hayward. They were then able to run out the clock and hold on to that 13-10 victory. Defensively, It was a great game for the defense one more time. In the first quarter, the Rams did not score. In fact, all season, the Rams did not score. 7-0 after one. We go back to the Dome now, where Doug Greengard is speaking with Toy Cook.
For the Saints, 5 straight victories over the Rams, and I know that brings a smile to the face of one Toy Cook. Nice to get out of the Dome, a night game, beating the Rams.
Anytime you beat a division opponent, you have to be happy, especially Henry Ellard and Flipper Anderson and Jim Everett.
Flipper had a pretty big play that you were involved in defensively, zone defense, and he kind of snuck behind you guys and Brett.
Yeah, it's a zone defense in which I'm allowed to roll up and get a jam. Brett said he was a little lackadaisical getting over there. That's a play that Brett has to make. I'm sorry, but he knows it. We talked about it. Once we got that handle, we knew everything else was what else was coming, and we were pretty successful.
On that series, Ricky Jackson, 3 sacks on the night. He had a big one there on 3rd down. The man just comes through for you guys.
The most underrated linebacker on our team is Ricky Jackson, believe it or not. Should have went to the Pro Bowl last year. He's having a great year this year. Brett and I have a bet with him, two sacks to picks. I had a chance to even up on the bet, but I couldn't come through, and Rick made some money tonight. I'm happy for him.
It was a very strange series in the second quarter. Good news, bad news for you guys. First off, you get the intentional grounding overruled on Jim Everett, and fortunately you guys keep him out of the end zone once again, but that was a crazy series with an interference call in the whole shot.
Yeah, it was a terrible call, I thought. It's one of those plays in which it happens every time you're covering a receiver downfield. It's no different to me than how offensive linemen hold every play, and it depends if they want to call it. It was a weird series. They blew the call on intentional grounding. There was no one in the area. What can you say? It was one of those Twilight Zone episodes.
Third quarter, if there was redemption, you came back, broke up a pass in the end zone to Ellard. That was pretty big.
Actually, it was the Flipper.
It was the Flipper, right.
But, yeah, they decided they're going to throw the ball up deep, have Flipper try to beat me. It was no different than how we used to go in college. It's a good play. I should have picked it because they ended up scoring, actually, so that was actually a big play.
Defense getting the job done. You guys could use the offense to put a few more points on the board.
Yeah, they scored just enough points tonight, so I'm happy. A W's a W.
A win is a win. Toy Cook, definitely a happy man tonight, as well as the rest of the Saints. Mike, back to you.
All right, Doug. Coming up next, we'll hear from the head coach, Jim Mora, plus more reaction on the Saints' 3-point win.
Fourth Down on 4 is brought to you by Ray Brent Nissan, Ray Brent Dodge, Chevron's high-quality gasolines, Popeye's famous fried chicken and biscuits, your Greater New Orleans Pizza Huts, Gatorade, it's all you're thirsting for, and Coors Light.
Slowing down, that ain't you. No, that's not you. Easy drinking beer, that silver bullet smooth.
Know where it's coming from, setting the mood. The pure taste of the Rockies and silver bullet smooth.
Make the move, Coors Lights, it's silver bullet smooth.
Like to buy a new Nissan for peanuts? Then come to Ray Brent Nissan for our gigantic, huge dealing day. Ray Brent Nissan, proving once again who's king of the car buying jungle. Get a 92 pickup for only $69.90 or a 92 Pathfinder for only $15.99. 92 Nissans, all at rock bottom prices. Let's get 5.9% APR. Ray Brent Nissan, the price crusaders, clearing out the 92s with gigantic, huge dealing days.
We've got what you want. We've got it hot. We've got it fresh. And there's only one place to get it. The big New Orleans Taste of Popeyes. Now get 5 pieces, 2 small sides, and 2 buttermilk biscuits, just $4.99. Or 9 pieces, a 16-ounce side, and 4 biscuits, only $8.99. So get going. Get all the taste you love at a price you love on the Big Taste of Popeyes right now.
We tested in laboratories. We tested on the asphalt, in the parks, and on the road. We tested when it's 102, and there is no shade. And we found that nothing replaces fluids and minerals and quenches a thirst better than Gatorade. It's been proven again and again. But just to keep us on our toes, we tested over and over again in the highest court in the land.
You know, what can I say about Ricky? Ricky is as good a football player as I've ever been around in my coaching career. He's so tough. He's such a great competitor. He just keeps doing it every game, every year, and nothing he does surprises me anymore. He's a stud, man. That's all he is. He's a big-time stud. That's it.
And he proved it again tonight against the Rams. Offensively, Eric Martin, 6 catches for 103 yards. We showed you the stat earlier where he ties now Danny Abramowitz with 79 straight games. And he was the big cog in that offensive drive where the Saints scored on that first possession.
Well, it felt good. We was moving the ball on those guys. We knew what to expect from a defensive standpoint, and they gave Bobby time to throw the ball, and we came up with some plays, and we moved the ball on them. We should have scored more points, but we didn't, and we feel good about the win.
You tied a couple of records tonight, consecutive games catches and total TDs. Talk about from a personal standpoint.
Well, I really don't get carried away with records and all of this crap. I'd rather just play the game and go home and think about golf later, but it feels good. Like I said, records are made to be broken. If they get broken and trying to win a ball game, that's fine, and that's it.
Yeah, talk about the offense a little bit. You guys start off so well, run into some problems. Bobby throwing the interception, still struggling a little bit. Do you feel the offense?
We're not executing 100%, but we're moving the ball. We moved the ball well today, and we should have scored more points, but some things happened that we didn't, and we're happy with the win. That's the bottom line, is winning, and we did.
Bobby's numbers tonight, 15 of 24, 166 yards, 1 touchdown, and the 1 interception. But Bobby in the offense tonight, the beneficiary of truly good field position because of the play of the special teams.
That's a big play. Special teams play a big part in it, whether you punt covering or kickoff covering or kickoff return or punt return. Yeah, that's a big plus. And Marcus played with a lot of confidence, and he was excited when I seen him Saturday, and he was going to be activated for the game, so he was looking forward to the challenge. And he's going to be a good player. He seems like he understands what his role is with the team right now, and he'll do anything to help the team win. So I think he's a big asset right now.
By the defense's own admission, they have not been as strong this year in stopping the run as they were last year. That was not a concern tonight as we head back to the Dome one last time for Sam Mills and Doug Greengard.
Sam Mills, a part of a defense tonight that held the Rams to, and I'm quoting now, 53 yards on the ground. I know you guys thought Cleveland Gary was going to be a big threat coming in here.
Yeah, he's ran well this year, and we felt like we had to stop him, and we felt like we did a good job tonight of slowing him down. And then after we slowed him down, we did a good job of putting pressure on the Everett.
Same type of theme tonight. Offense gets on track early, running the ball well, but still not putting the points on the board that you guys really need. Still, it put a lot of pressure on the defense.
Well, yeah, we would have liked to have scored more points, but for the most part, our offense did a good job of moving the football and keeping us off the field. So we are real happy about that. And also, at the end, when we needed it, they went and got the first down and kept us off the field.
If there's a Mr. October, and I'm not talking baseball here, how does the name Ricky Jackson sound to you?
Oh, Ricky's played outstanding. I think that name sounds good as far as Mr. October. He's playing outstanding football for us. Tonight he had an outstanding game, a lot of pressure on the quarterback, 3 sacks, and you can't ask for much more from him.
Talk about confidence-wise right now. Another victory. You guys seem to be on track very much.
Yeah, I think we are. I think defensively we're playing better each week, and I'm real happy and pleased with that. And I think offensively, too, I think we're doing a good job of moving the football better each week, too.
All right, coming up next, it's LSU getting another fourth quarter comeback, and the Wave with a fourth quarter they'd like to forget. Tulane and the Tigers up next.
The wrong gasoline could send one of your biggest investments belly up. May we suggest the protection of Chevron with Tetraline, the blue chip gasoline that can help turn your investment around. Chevron, simply smarter.
Pop quiz.
Oh no. Fire away.
Which beer do you think is brewed longer?
This one overall has better flavor. The darker one.
Bingo. Alright, homie! Coors Extra Gold is brewed far longer than Bud.
Seriously? Than Budweiser?
70% longer than Bud.
And you know what? I can taste it.
Slow brewed for that real beer flavor and color, the way beer was meant to be, which may be why 58% of Bud drinkers prefer Coors Extra Gold.
I'll make it 59 and 60.
Coors Extra Gold. If you're missing real taste, beer is back.
They're gold, baby. The name says it all.
Pizza Hut's going a little wild. Introducing new wild-style pizzas. 3 incredibly wild pizzas.
Wild.
There's fajita pizza, grilled chicken, and a wild salsa.
Wild.
Tangy barbecue pizza, sizzling chicken and a crazy barbecue sauce.
Wild.
And garlic and herb pizza, grilled chicken and an outrageous garlic seasoning. So if you want to go wild, there's only one place to go. Pizza Hut. Try one medium for $9.99 and any second pizza's half its menu price.
Now accepting Visa and MasterCard at all participating Pizza Hut locations.
Like to buy a new Nissan for peanuts? Then come to Ray Brandt Nissan for our gigantic, huge dealing day. Ray Brandt Nissan, proving once again who's king of the car buying jungle. Get a 92 pickup for only $69.90 or a 92 Pathfinder for only $15.99. 92 Nissans, all at rock bottom prices. Let's get 5.9% APR. Ray Brandt Nissan, the price crusaders, clearing out the 92s with gigantic, huge dealing days.
Welcome back to 4th Down on 4. Last night in the Dome, the now 4th-ranked Crimson Tide of Alabama expected to run roughshod over Tulane's Green Wave. In the process, though, they found the Wave to be a more cantankerous foe than in the past. For die-hard Tulane fans, it was the stuff that dreams are made of. In a downright dreamy first half, the Wave stood tall, dodged bullets, and then reached into the trick bag for the ultimate dream.
Curry. Oh, it's fake. Oh, my gosh. Abramowitz scores a touchdown.
And for about 30 seconds, the Tulane faithful were dreaming of leading the Tide at the half.
Yeah, emotionally, it's tough. If we stick that one, it's a 7-6 ball game. We're on top. If we hit the field goal, it's 6-3.
They were making plays. The defense was making plays. The offense was making plays that we weren't expecting them to make.
However, in the second half, reality set in. While the first half between the two was basically a wash, the second half showed the difference between the two programs, both on the field and in the stands.
Let's go!
On their own home field, the Wave was drowned out by a tide of shouting voices.
You know, you figure, especially when we were pinned back in the section where all the Alabama fans were, it was terrible, but you know, we wish we could have a little more fan support where, you know, we wouldn't get drowned out in our own stadium.
Even worse than the indignity of having trouble calling signals in your own stadium is when you can't do anything about it. Being the home team, Tulane could not get any relief from the officials.
You know, I looked up that rule yesterday just to be sure because I knew 20,000 of their fans were coming, and everybody was telling me that, but I knew that we're the home team. We get the penalty if I try to do something like that. We pretty much had to live with it.
Bigger, faster, stronger. For former Ivy Leaguer Buddy Tevens, the Bama defense was in another league.
Yeah, they're a lot better than Harvard and Princeton, I'll tell you.
And that's a league Tevens and the Wave aspire to.
We're impatient to get to where they are. It takes a lot of effort and, you know, recruiting and everything, but right now we're hungry for it now. We want to go as soon as possible.
LSU head coach Curly Hallman has only been able to use one halftime speech this season. The one that goes, "Come on guys, we need a second half comeback." Because after 6 games, the Tigers have never gone to the break in the lead. A la Auburn, LSU, led by freshman quarterback Jamie Howard, used the fourth quarter as their springboard to victory yesterday against the Gators. But similar to Auburn, they fell short. In Gainesville for the game, Doug Greengard has more.
Jamie Howard may be 0 for 4 in games he's quarterback, but once again he was oh so close, and the frustration is beginning to mount.
It really is. You know, I'm not worried about myself winning. I'm worried about the whole team, you know, just the seniors and everything. I really want to win more than anything in the world, and I thought we were.
Howard had that fourth quarter magic, just like on that day in Auburn. With a little over 3 minutes remaining in the game, LSU trailed by 15 and was 88 yards from the end zone.
I was really confident, you know. I think everybody else was really confident too, and I wasn't nervous.
4 plays later, the true freshman hooked up with Shaw grad Torrey James. Then, after LSU recovered the ensuing onside kick, Howard had 2.5 minutes and a chance to be the hero. But a Tiger victory slipped from their fingertips.
I think he's got some of that personality, some of that knack that in some pressure situations he performs. He's very young, and he'll continue to get better.
I'm comfortable with the position of coming back. We had to do that a lot in high school, but you know, I'm comfortable out there. I don't think from now on that, you know, that we don't need to start coming back. We need to start getting ahead, and we did at first, and then we just couldn't keep it going in the third quarter. You know, we slowed down the third quarter.
A third quarter where the Tigers failed to record even a single first down. There was also a mid-fourth quarter interception thrown by Howard and a botched third down snap on that final drive. But when the day was done, Howard had a spot in the LSU record book. His 339 passing yards ranked 6th best in a game. More importantly, his teammates were reassured about the talents of their freshman quarterback.
James is a good quarterback. You know, he's going to be great. He's a good quarterback now. And, you know, we've got to help him out, I think, in some areas, but he's going to be a good quarterback. He's good now, you know. I have a lot of faith in him.
Now they need to win with him, too. Doug Greengard, 4th down on 4.
Doug Greengard, our own Deion Sanders, but he didn't have the benefit of an airplane. If LSU loses next week at home, they'll be guaranteed their 4th consecutive losing season. In their 99 years of football, that's never happened. Our Marshall Falk Watch has the week off, just as Falk and the San Diego Aztecs did this week. Will resume next week when the sophomore running back takes on the Miners of Texas El Paso. Coming up next, the Deion Shuffle involves 2 sports and 2 states. And the Miami Dolphins stand alone in the NFL scores and lagniappe coming up next.
Popeyes. Pop of the Game is the best hit from this week's Saints game. And with each Pop of the Game pick, Popeyes will award a $500 charitable donation in the name of the player with the Pop of the Game. This week, Sam Mills has the Popeyes Pop of the Game.
Stars and Spice Fever sweeps America with Popeye's new Super Box. 10 pieces of chicken, mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy, and 4 biscuits, only $8.99.
We tested in laboratories. We tested on the asphalt, in the parks, and on the road. We tested when it's 102 and there is no shade. And we found that nothing replaces fluids and minerals and quenches a thirst better than Gatorade. It's been proven again and again. But just to keep us on our toes, we tested over and over again in the highest court in the land.
Hey, want to taste a couple of beers?
Sure, you bet.
So which do you prefer?
This one. That's a beer.
Here's Budweiser, and this is Coors Extra Gold.
Oh, whoa!
What if I told you Coors Extra Gold was brewed far longer than Bud?
I had no idea.
70% longer.
I guess there's surprises all the time.
Slow brewed for that real beer flavor and color, the way beer was meant to be. Which may be why 58% of Bud drinkers prefer Coors Extra Gold.
Be 90%.
Coors Extra Gold. If you're missing real taste, beer is back.
Incredible! These are awesome facts.
Pizza Hut's going a little wild. Introducing new wild-style pizzas. 3 incredibly wild pizzas. There's fajita pizza, grilled chicken, and a wild salsa. Wild. Tangy barbecue pizza, sizzling chicken and a crazy barbecue sauce. Wild. And garlic and herb pizza, grilled chicken and an outrageous garlic seasoning. So if you want to go wild, there's only one place to go. Pizza Hut. Try 1 medium for $9.99 and any second pizza's half its menu price.
Now accepting Visa and MasterCard at all participating Pizza Hut locations.
There you see the Saints scores by quarters. We will do that every week in this spot to get all of the office pools up to date. There are only 2 zeros left in the NFL standings. They are both in the AFC East. The perfect Miami Dolphins at 5-0 and the wretched New England Patriots at 0-5. It's time for NFL Lagniappe. This week's Lagniappe begins with Dion's excellent adventures. After playing baseball last night in Pittsburgh, he boarded a chartered flight along with a CBS crew and flew into Miami, where he played a little offense, defense, and special teams. And then he went back to Pittsburgh for tonight's Game 5 of the NLCS. In case you missed it, Atlanta lost. Also on display was special teams whiz Benny Thompson, formerly of the Saints. He nails Vi Sekahima on this punt play. The penalty, however, was on the receiving team's blocker, who hit Thompson in the back, forcing him in to Sekahima. Now, Thompson is a special teams master. He also blocked this field goal by Roger Ruzak. Way to go, Benny. Speaking of celebrations and the no celebration rule, how about Gerard Bunch of the Giants? Even this display, thanks a lot, did not get a flag, and that's the way it should be. After destroying the Cowboys Monday night, some football folks thought the Eagles were unbeatable. Wrong, especially the pass defense today, or the lack thereof. J.J. Burden was wide open. No one within 30 yards. No one within 15 yards. Here to Willie Smith. Where's the D? It was the Chiefs beating the Eagles. Devastating hits today. This one on Boomer Esiason knocked him out of the game. He is questionable for next week's game. Then this one on Bruce Smith by Steve Smith, no relation. Didn't have too much effect, though. Bruce had 8 tackles on the day, but the Raiders won this one. And the dubious note of the day, this Dave Craig fumble was his 112th of his career. We believe that is an NFL record. The Phoenix Cardinals and ex-Saints Robert Massey took care of the Washington Redskins last week. A team a little better than their 1-4 record. That is next Sunday, 3 o'clock right here on Channel 4, the Saints in Phoenix. LSU returns home, needing a win desperately. They'll take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Tulane will get no rest after Bama, a special Thursday night game in the Dome against Southern Mississippi. That is Thursday night at 6:30. Next Sunday night, hopefully a little earlier, we'll have 4th Down on 4. Good night, everyone.
Fourth Down on 4 has been brought to you by Ray Brandt Nissan, Ray Brandt Dodge, Chevron's high-quality gasolines, Popeye's famous fried chicken and biscuits, your Greater New Orleans Pizza Huts, Gatorade, it's all you're thirsting for, and Coors Light.